going on, people? What's going on? I need to get some. Actually, I got some in the house. I need to get some wipes. It ran out yesterday. I got in the house for the car. I ran out for the car. Let's just say that. We are ready to rock and roll. And by that, I mean work. But we need coffee first. Good morning, Tom. How are you? Hello. Walaikum salam. Walaikum salam. Good. Alhamdulillah. You know, it's a little cold today. And when it's cold, for some reason, the air pressure in my tires shrink. Am I going in an interview? No. Please double tap the screen, hit the like button. Be so kind. No, I'm going to deciding whether I should go to the car wash or not right now. I mean, the car's pretty clean. If I go to the car wash, it's gonna be later on today, not right now. I'm going to get a coffee because I have coffee at the house, but we ran out of honey. You as well, Chris. And alhamdulillah. I just put some because I have the little tire pressure machine where you put your own air. And I put air in one of my tires. I don't know what's up with that tire. It's like every morning I have to put air in it. I've already checked it for like nails and screws, and I don't see anything. So I'm thinking it's going to be the little area where you put the air in it. Might be that little area. Sometimes they have to replace it if it's bad. I mean, I put air now, right? And I'll have it for the entire day. Tire will be fine for the entire day. But then tomorrow, when I wake up again to get in the car, tires low again, like 2 or 3 PCIs. It does, right? It makes it lose pressure. That's what I noticed. And these Florida tires are not used to this type of cold weather. They're Florida tires. Get soap and water and spray your tires. You'll see the air bubbles. Yeah, I do that sometimes when it's to check for any puncturing on the tires or screws or nails and stuff like that. Call immigration and do what exactly? Morning. How you doing, Lindsay? How's the day going? Need to get a nice little hot coffee. Please double tap the screen, hit the like button if you'd be so kind. What's the temperature right now, man? Let me see. Temperature. Why? I don't understand why the Siri on my tablet is always acting up. Something as simple as the temperature. I'm just asking of the temperature. What's the temperature? I could not be able to get your current location. My goodness. My goodness. Dressing fancy? Yeah, no, not really. I do like the shirt because I can put the microphone in my pocket. I need to get a couple more shirts with pockets here. So when I do streams, I can just put the microphone here. Good morning. What's up, 45? Nice. Why aren't allowed, Big Boy asks, why aren't Muslims allowed to trim their beard? Where did you get that from? Who told you that? Done with not a such a intelligent statement there, ignorant statement. But we'll just let that go. Stop. I mean, what do you mean stop? Some people you have to help them. Some people need a little bit of assistance so they can move on with their lives. So when I see somebody that needs a little help, I'm a charitable guy. I give them a little assistance so they can move on. Hey, that's nice of you, Jack. Intention is nice. No, no, no. You can trim a little bit your beard. You can shape it up. You can't if you want to, but it's sunnah to let the beard grow. Is that Hussein? What's up, Hussein? Let's get coffee here now, Shawn. Let's see if just a little bit, just a little five. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How you doing, Bob? What in the world? What is going on? Gas prices have gone down a little bit. fluctuating a lot. Bro, I still don't know what the temperature is. Hold on. The Siri, I'm starting to find ChatGPT, the app, more reliable than Siri. ChatGPT is starting to win that war. Can you tell me what the temperature is, ChatGPT? What's the temperature?
As of now in Tampa, Florida, it's mostly sunny with a temperature of 59 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 15 degrees Celsius.
59. You see that? I asked the question to Siri a few minutes ago, and Siri's talking about, I can't find your location. What are you talking about, Siri? Oh, Jason, your comment was hidden by YouTube. You changed your channel. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Okay. Oh, did I grab? Yeah, I did. Did I grab my license? Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay. Should I get something to eat here from Wawa? I feel like I'm starting to get hungry. You know, like the early stages of hunger. So I can get a coffee and what else can I get from Wawa? Some boiled eggs, some good protein. Some boiled eggs and some coffee. Kind of strange mix, but hey. And maybe a banana. What's up, Shoes? Yeah, if you pass the point of starvation, you're not hungry anymore. Once you pass that point of like almost pain in your stomach, you know, you're starving so much, you almost start feeling a little bit of pain. Once you pass that, your body doesn't go through that anymore. I tried to fast a while back I tried fasting for 3 days, right? Because I hear if you fast for 3 days, but here's the thing, when I say fasting, I'm talking about no food at all. So not that you eat after sunset, after sundown, or before sunset and after sundown. You just go 3 days without eating. And I first heard this from Dana White, the president of the UFC. It's supposed to do something to the bad cells in your body, like it it disposes of them or something like this, and new cells re, re, re what's the word? Renew. New cells renew. Old cells uh, renew or something like this. And so this helps. The benefit in this is that it helps like fight like any type of cancer and stuff like this. It has many health benefits. But it's a 3 day fast. I made it like 2 days and some change. I said, man, I'll try this another time because I hadn't eaten at all. Some lobster. Damn. I haven't had lobster in a while. I used to love lobster. I still do. I just don't consume it as often because cholesterol. And I don't know now because I haven't gone to check in a while, but about, I'll say like 7, 8 years ago, my cholesterol was a little high. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Thank you to those of you who have hit the like button. But cholesterol is one of those things that you just gotta watch a little bit, just change a little bit of what you eat, and it'll go down again. So it should be my cholesterol should be fine now. I'm guessing, speculating. Yeah, I've heard that there are roaches of the ocean. Alhamdulillah. um, real. That's your first comment on this stream. That's not showing good manners. Right away, you're not showing good manners. You know how they say first impression. You know, make a good first impression. You see, here it is. Look at the second comment. You think people, just normal people with a normal functioning brain, want this type of behavior around? This type of ghetto talk? Bro, this is not cool. Past your homies that sag their pants. This is not good talk. This is not good manners. You gotta understand this, bro. Even when I was a teenager in school and I used to listen to rap music, Bone Thugs and everything, I still conducted myself well. Yeah? Now he's triggered. You can't tell this people anything either because they get triggered. You see, people that behave this way, they don't understand that their speech is undesirable to the rest of the people that they're around. Okay? He's not gonna show up at a job talking like this. Yeah. He's not gonna show up one day if he's about to get married. He's not gonna show up to his fiance's dad's house talking like this. Because he knows this is not something of good manners. When you talk in this getaway, you just sound like an idiot to the normal human being. You gotta improve your speech. I'm doing this myself. Improve your speech, man. At the very least, start with when you type. Try to type just correctly. Don't try to be the ghetto guy that's typing with ebonics. This is not good. There's no benefit in this. You just people look at what you're, and I'll tell you what it does also. If you're asking a serious question or something that you're looking for answers, people are not gonna take you serious. They're just gonna be like, because this is the thing. A certain image comes with that speech, right? If I tell people based on the way that guy typed that question in this ghetto manner, what do you visualize this guy being like? Let's just say we're gonna do a mental exercise where we visualize this person that's using this type of ghetto speech. Probably some guy sagging his pants. Of course, this is all assumptions, right? But what comes to mind? Some guy that's sagging his pants, some guy with a do rag, maybe some grills. Who wants that guy around? Seriously. Nobody of sound mind wants that guy around. You might not hear people say this, right? But whether you go to a doctor, whether you go to a store, whether you go to a coffee shop, whether you go to a restaurant, all the peers in there, the people that are working there, you know, just from hearing you speak alone in this way, in this manner, this is undesirable. Nobody's gonna want you there. I'm not saying you're gonna get kicked out, I'm saying you become undesirable to your environment. Why would you want to be undesirable to your environment? Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. So try to work on that, man. Try to work on your speech. And I'm not telling you something that I'm not doing myself, right? So I'm not lecturing you. I'm telling you something that I'm doing myself, and we should all be a little more conscious of doing because there's no benefit in this. Work on improving your character. Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, "The people of good character." I don't want to misquote the Prophet, but basically, the statement is that the people of good character are going to be close to him, or are going to be with him, among the first ones to be with him. Well, Paul, we're going to see who's going to relax now. You're going to be the one relaxing now, Paul. You do the relaxing. The new housing, what? I don't get the last part of your question. What's up for tomorrow? Modeling again. I don't do any modeling. Where you get this from? Where you get this from that I do modeling? What do you believe in? P? NP with a long stretch E. What? What do you believe in? You believe in God? You believe in the universe. Oh, so you believe in the creation. You don't believe in the creator. Interesting. When you say you believe in the universe, this is not really belief. I don't think you understand what belief means. If I tell you I believe I'm in my car because I'm witnessing it, this is not belief. It is a fact that I'm in the car, right? Well, the universe exists, so I believe in it. But this is not belief. We live in the universe. This is a fact. We live in planet Earth. Belief is something else. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Florida. Why are you covering your baldness? I'm not. Actually, if I was bald, if I was bald, I wouldn't, because I see nowadays they're pushing a lot of like these commercials for like guys, like get hair implants and this and that. If I was bald, I would just be bald. I actually have a lot of hair underneath, so much that I had to wet it before I put the kufi on. Otherwise, the kufi goes. My hair grows really fast, which is why I don't go to barbershops anymore because I'm like, what am I? I'm gonna go to the barbershop and in 4 days my hair is gonna be back to like where it was before. Okay, Sam, you have no manners. You can go to another stream. Show me. Why would I show you? Why would I show you the top of my head? What benefit is there in this? Yes, I believe the universe has power we can't understand. Na'udhu billah. We are nothing. So elastic we can do is treat each other as equals, which Muslims struggle with when it comes to any human who doesn't follow the religion. So I would say every single word you stated is incorrect. Everything you said in there is incorrect. The universe has no power. Anyway, I don't want to give a. To be quite frank, I don't want to go into it because I stated this yesterday and I've stated this many times on the live streams. I don't really care what atheists have to say or what they think. I used to debate with atheists all the time. It was easy. Even as an agnostic back in the day, we're talking about many years ago, I used to get into it with atheists, even while I would take the position of I don't know, right? So anyway, I don't really care what the atheists have to say, so I'm not even going to get into it. What are your thoughts on Dearborn, Michigan issues? I don't know the issues in Dearborn, Michigan, so I can't talk about it. I don't know. Dearborn, Michigan, I know there's a large Muslim community there, a lot of brothers and sisters, but as far as any issues they have, I have no clue what the issues are. Jesus salam said, "Do not hold on to me, for I have not yet ascended to the Father. Go instead and tell my brethren that I'm going back to my Father and your Father, my God and your God." That's right. Your beard is weird. You're looking for attention. Um, I don't know why some of this uh, males. I say males because men is a it's another thing. See, we need to start making the distinction between males and then men. I think there's a lot of males that like to get obsessed with my beard, and I find it quite strange this obsession they have, this hyper focus on my beard, bro. Your beard, man. Your beard. What's going on with your beard, bro? Do you realize that even my wife doesn't obsess about my beard this way? She doesn't even talk about my beard. She came last night when I was sitting down. She came and started stroking it, going like this. She said, she said it's much better now because I started putting an oil that I got, which is I already put it. It makes the beard shine in the sun, and it's giving it a it helps to keep it untangled for the most part. But some of this guys that come on here with this obsession about my beard is kind of strange. I just, you know, I can't imagine myself so hyper focused on a beard. The only time I'll talk about another man's beard is to give it a compliment. Nice beard, bro. Or I can have a question. Hey man, what oil do you use? It's a nice beard. But the wee guys, the wee, they like to just say random strange things about them. Your beard looks doesn't look good in your beard, and what's up with your beard? What are you asking, bro? What do you mean what's up with my beard? What does that even mean? We have become so retarded as men, right? That we can't even ask a proper question. That's a general statement, of course, not absolute. Because when you make general statements, sometimes you always have that one person. You ever notice this? You make a general statement about something, about anything, and there's always that one person. There's always that one person that goes, "Well, not all." Nobody said all. I'm actually assuming that one would be intelligent enough that when a general statement is made, they would know, okay, he doesn't mean every single person in this group or every single person in whatever, you know? But there's always that one person. Well, that's not all. Who said all? The church doesn't teach you to kill an R word, the Quran either. Right? The church also doesn't give you help with baby formula, apparently. But the church might not, but the Bible does tell you that if you happen to R word a woman, right, to pay her father 50 shekels of silver and then to marry her, and she can't divorce you. So she has to marry her R word est. Mm, you know? All right, let's go in there and get this coffee. And then I gotta fuel up. Thank you to everybody that's on the live stream. Please hit the like button if you'd be so kind. Just give it a little thumbs up as we keep discussing here. Let's get this coffee. Man, it's a little bit cold here today. I would only have to mute if they're playing music in the background. If not, I'm good to go. I forgot my headphones. I think I have them in the car. Take a quick little coffee here, and we'll be on our way here in a second. Yeah, they're playing the music. All right, they were blasting the music in there, so I couldn't. I couldn't keep the audio on because if you keep the audio on with the music blasting in the background, you know how YouTube gets. They're not as lenient as TikTok. TikTok, anything can be put in the background; they don't care. But YouTube, YouTube is it's different. Let's just say that. Anyway, so what's the plan for today? Who got big plans for today? Let me put this here so the phone can charge. Let's be patient. Let's be patient with the people. I'm trying to do this too, as much as possible. It's better if we're having some sort of like religious discussion to not call people names as much as possible if we're talking about religion. If we're trying to get our point across or share what we believe. Because emotions get in the way. I'm guilty of this. I'm not gonna say more than everybody, but I'm guilty of this plenty. But I'm becoming. This is the thing. I'm becoming more conscious of it now. Understand? I'm becoming more conscious of it, and this is a good sign. Oh, what the heck? The squirrels are going at it. I think they were fighting. It's kind of like we all sin, right? We're all gonna sin. To the day we die, we're gonna commit sins, right? Am I black or Indian? Are those the only two choices? So, what I was gonna say about sin is we're all gonna sin till the day we die, right? But I'm at a place now. I've reached a place recently, and this is really good. I reached a place recently that when I sin, when I fall short, I am upset. Why do I say this? Because if you sin and it doesn't matter, you're just like, well, you don't even think about it. I'll repent later if at that, right? And you don't even think about it. This is not a good place to be at, right? So now when I sin and I know I'm disappointing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I fell short, right? Like every human being does. There's anger that comes behind that. I get angry, even if it's for a minute or two, like, damn it. You know? It's like I don't know, it's like if you're playing basketball, you miss a shot. You're like, damn it. A shot to tie the game or a winning shot. You become a little bit angry. This is good. Because even though I know that I might commit the same sin later, becoming angry in that moment and repenting, of course, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by himself, this is a good sign. This is a really good sign that you are becoming aware. Doesn't mean you're going to be able to become sinless by becoming aware, but you're becoming conscious that this is leading me towards the wrong path and I'm disappointing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Florida. I live in Florida, staying. Robert, I'm gonna block you because you don't disrespect Jesus in this channel. Islam. Jesus is our prophet. We love him. We respect him. We honor him. One of the mightiest prophets from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's the Messiah. He's gonna come back, right? You don't get to do that. Yes? You don't get to disrespect Jesus alayhi salam here. Yeah. You might go to maybe certain Catholic churches and say those things and wear the Jesus is gay shirt, stuff with Allah. And they might not do that. But I don't advise you do that or disrespect Jesus around Muslims or in the masjid. Because we're not as tolerant of disrespect to somebody like Jesus, alayhi salam, peace and blessings be upon him, right? Because that's disrespectful, right? So you don't get to disrespect Jesus like that. What's going on? 118. Let me see. What's going on? If I have the answer, I'll answer. If not, I'll tell you I don't know. What's up? Yeah, but you shouldn't follow Jesus and understand that he is God. That doesn't make any sense. What do you mean I shouldn't follow Jesus and understand he's God? What do you, I don't understand your question. No, it's not idol worshiping because we don't bow down to a cube. We bow down towards a cube. Well, what's the difference? The difference is that the cube, as we call it, is a point of reference. And what else? That's it. What do you mean a point of reference? It's a point of reference where every Muslim, no matter where they are in the world, at the time of prayer, we all praying towards the same point of reference in unison, unity, united. Same way as when we're in the masjid and we're praying, we all stand shoulder to shoulder, facing that one direction. No difference between idol. Now, you see, you're talking nonsense. This is why you have to be very careful who you give your time and engage with, because these type of people. This is why, by the way, in the Holy Quran, my favorite ayah in the Quran says this, and it speaks about people like this. This is why I'm using this person as an example. I'm going to use them now. My favorite ayah in the Quran says, even if we sent angels down to them, talking to this type of people, even if we caused the dead to speak to them, to let them know how it is in, in the hereafter, right? Even if we present everything in front of them, they still won't believe unless Allah willed it, because they're ignorant. This is ayah. You know how often I see this ayah in front of my eyes with people, right? Somebody will ask you a question. They don't want the answer. They have an agenda because they hate Islam. Their heart is hardened. Yeah. Their eyes are blind. Their ears are sealed. Their agenda is to slander Islam, so they don't have any sincere questions. Therefore, when you give them the factual answer to their question, they reject it. Because it goes back to that ayah I just quoted. There's nothing you can present to these people with facts. They don't care because the hatred for Islam is bigger than truth. They don't care about truth. Truth to them does not matter. And when you come across these type of people where truth to them does not matter, this is called a waste of your time. You have to be able to, you have to get good at identifying these people quickly. And then, halas, you're done with them. These people are of no benefit to you, to themselves, or to others around. Somebody rejects the truth despite the evidence. These people are of no benefit to have around or even conversate with. What are you going to talk about with a person, right? If somebody asked me, what is this? And I tell them, this is a white box where I put my headphones in to charge. And they go, that's a white box. And I don't think headphones go in there. And I'm showing it to them. What is there to talk about with this person? There's nothing else to talk about because this person rejects common sense, logic, reasoning, and what is being shown, presented to them. There's nothing to talk about. And this is okay. You don't have to talk to everybody. You don't have to be friends with everybody. You're not made for everybody. There's not a single person that has ever come through planet Earth that was liked by anyone, by everyone as a collective or as a whole. And there's not a single person that everybody agreed with. So we have to be very careful and very mindful, which, by the way, thank you very much. Who's that? Haley, thank you very much. By the way, if we go back to that example I gave, right, where I show this and somebody goes, what is that? And I explain to them, there's a white box that is used for headphones, right? And I'm showing it to them. And they say, no, no, it's not. That's not what it is. You are now talking to a person that is delusional. This is called delusion. Delusion, when you present evidence, you give a full explanation that they can look up. Because what I told them is not something that only I know, that you have to go to a scholar to learn. You can look this with a simple chat GPT search, what I stated, right? So when they're presented evidence, they reject it. This is called delusion. Don't talk to people like this. Don't waste your time with people like this. Halas, finish. Not to mention that you don't even owe anybody an explanation. This is another thing. We're trying to bring you to Jesus, he says. We don't hate your religion. Nobody says you hate our religion. Why are you gaslighting? Who said you had this is gaslighting? You're really good at this, by the way. All right, let's go put gas. Whose language are you speaking right now? Right now, I'm speaking Chinese. Thank you to those of you who hit the like button. I truly appreciate it. Right now, I'm speaking the Chinese language. Who made the box you're driving? I believe that would be General Motors. That's the company. Don't spam, user. Don't spam. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. How you doing, Brill? Islam flees their own country to try fix other countries. Islam flees? You mean Muslim flee their own countries to try to fix other countries? I don't understand. I don't understand what you were trying to say with that. Islamists destroy wherever country they go to. What is an Islamist? What is an Islamist, sir? What's an Islamist? You know what I mean? Don't try to act dumb. I'm not an actor. I don't act. Actors act. If I was an actor, I'd probably be in movies and stuff. I don't act. Why are you living in your own Islamic bubble box? What's an Islamic bubble box? Titan said you. Okay, that doesn't explain what an Islamist is. What does that mean? For the people that are watching and listening, explain to us what's an Islamist, because I don't even know what that is. Move to Afghanistan, bro. Why would I move to Afghanistan? I'm in Florida Stan already. Living in Tampanistan. Weather's nice. Family's here. Why would I move to Afghanistan? That's a out the blue request. Why would I not move to Afghanistan? Why would I move to Afghanistan? Why would I? I'm fine in my country where I'm at. This is my country, so I'm fine here. There's no reason to go anywhere. I would have moved to Afghanistan. I would have moved to Canada. I would have moved to the UK. I would have moved to France. I would have moved to Iraq. I would have moved to, I don't know, the Virgin Islands. I would have moved anywhere. I'm fine where I'm at. Your enemy. That's okay. If that's what you think, I promise you I'm not going to try to convince you. You know why? Take a guess why. Take a guess why that if you think I'm your enemy, I am not going to try to convince you. Take a guess. There's an abbreviation for the answer. The abbreviation is IDK. No, that's I don't know. IDC. So you believe in the Muslim Brotherhood? You know, I only heard that name recently, a couple of days ago, because they were placed on a terrorist list or something like this. I don't know anything about the Muslim Brotherhood. Please answer it. Please answer what? Answer what? Please answer what? Let's go ahead and fill up the tank, and we're gonna start picking up people here. We're gonna pick up passengers here. Should I go to the car wash again, bro? Hmm, let me see. Hmm, looks pretty clean. I went to the car wash yesterday, right? Any big plans for today? Once again, thank you for everyone that have hit the like button so far. I appreciate it. Wa alaikum salam, wa rahmatullah. She's gonna be transgender. I don't know the rate we're going. I don't know what question you're asking, sir. I don't know what question you're asking. And you're saying everyone sees me ignoring whatever you ask, right? You have to understand one thing. I don't really care what everyone thinks. I don't have this group acceptance. I want to be accepted. This is one thing you need to learn about me. I care what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks of me and expects of me, and I try to do it to the best of my ability. And I'm gonna fall short. But this idea that what people gonna think about you, I'm not doing anything wrong, right? So whatever negative opinion somebody might have about me, that's that's their problem. You have to understand something. When people don't like you, or they don't like your religion, or they don't like what you say, as long as you're not harming anybody, right? You're not saying anything that's harmful towards anybody. As long as you're not doing any evil acts, whatever people think about you in their brain, that's their bag to carry. That's their bag of bricks to carry with them. Let When you don't like somebody or you don't like something, you feel the discomfort, or you feel the anger, you feel this. Why am I going to feel a certain way because you feel that way about me? I don't care about this. I don't know you. I don't care to know you. Your opinions and your bags of bricks are for you to carry. Don't give me your bag of bricks because I'm not going to carry them. You carry the bag. I'm not here to play psychologist or change your mind or convince you of anything. This is one thing you have to know about me. Yeah, I interact with people. I talk to people. We can exchange some ideas, right? And that's it. But I think Muslims are this, or I hate your religion, or this. I don't care. I don't care to convince you of otherwise. You understand? I'm not here for that. Don't care. You want to think Muslims are the worst thing in the world? Fine. This is not the Muslim that's going to convince you otherwise. Halas. But Islam is evil. Go for it. Think it. Say whatever you want. Now, of course, I also reserve the right to, if you're disrespectful towards my prophet or my religion, to block you. I don't have to keep you around. But you can think and feel however you like. I will not. I promise you, I won't try to change your mind. But if somebody has genuine questions about Islam or they're interested, like I've done before, I'll talk to them, engage with them. And in the past, I've had people take Shahada from my live streams because I've done hundreds, probably any close to 2,000 live streams by now. We've had people accept Islam from my live streams. And I don't even come here to like do dawah. I just come here to chat with people. But we've had several people accept Islam from this live stream, even on live stream before, not like on the video, but with a brother named Gibby. He's not here right now. So your dislikes, your your attacks, your perception about Islam, and I'm not a sheikh. I'm not the ambassador of Islam. I'm not the ambassador of answering your misconceptions about Islam or changing your thought process about Islam. I'm not here for that. Every once in a while, I might talk to people about my religion, just share what is, right? But I'm not here to heal your mind or your heart. I'm not I'm not a doctor. Or to convince you that whatever you believe is right or wrong. I don't silence anybody because opinions differ. If that was the case, I would have been blocking a whole bunch of people by now. So what you're saying is not true. I said I can silence somebody that is disrespectful towards my religion or any of my prophets. You see, I don't know if you were here about 10, 15 minutes ago, but somebody said something bad about Jesus, alayhi salam, and I blocked them. And I talked about it. I said, don't disrespect Jesus, alayhi salam, in this live stream. Any of the prophets. It's not only Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Any other prophets. Don't disrespect my religion and don't disrespect my prophets, and that's it. So I don't know what you're talking about. You silence people that have a different view of you. If that was the case, bro. All right, let's go ahead and hold on. Let's fill up the tank of gas. Yeah, I got the Wawa coffee. I got the Wawa coffee. Let's fuel up all the way to the top, so that I don't have to stop later on to fuel up again. Let's do that. How is Islam misogynist? That's the first time I've heard that. First, if you would be so kind to define misogynist, and then if you be so kind to let us know how is Islam misogynist. Because I notice a pattern sometimes. People use words that they don't even know what it means. 3334. He said he's the only way. See, why are you twisting your scriptures like the Pharisees? I can quote better Bible verses than you. Jesus alayhi salam in the Bible said, what was the verse? He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. He said, I am the way. He didn't say I am the only way. Now, if you look at other verses, he used the word only in other verses. So he didn't have a problem with using the word only. I'll give you an example. He said, no one knows the hour, not the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. Right? He also said in John 17:3, for this is eternal life, that they may know you, the only true God, and Jesus Christ, whom you have sent. So he certainly did not have an issue using the word only when it was fitting. But no one. I can explain that no one. I can explain that no one. That's not a problem. Let's go back to it. He says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Beautiful. I don't have a problem with this. The issue is that you have to take this verse. You ready? Because I know you guys love context, and it's good. You have to take this within context. Well, what's the context? We have to pair this with another verse. Which verse? I was only sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, not for the Gentiles. Once again, he did use the word only in that verse. So within the frame of he was only sent to this group of people, he is the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through him. For who? For the people that he came for. You see, I'm very good at this. I've read your Bible several times. I used to go to the churches when I was a teenager. I asked these questions to your pastors, and they had a blank look on their face like this, like a deer in the headlights. So yes, for the people that he was sent to, this is 100% true. By the way, within that verse of I was only sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, not for the Gentiles. Even within that verse is clearly stating that he did not come for all 12 tribes, even within Israel. He didn't come for the 12 tribes. He said only for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. 777, thank you very much for the super chat. There's a reason why Christians' growth is slowing down and declining. Islam is the fastest growing religion. This is a fact. With a lot of those numbers coming from people from Christianity, that's correct. And people with no religion revert to Islam. Yep. A lot of atheists revert to Islam as well. There's three brothers that I can think of right now. One is called Discovered Islam. He was an atheist. His channel is called, I think his name is Maurice. He used to be an atheist from Canada. Hold on, let me. Very good brother, well spoken. I uh, I recommend people go listen to his channel. He talks to, he takes calls. He talks to callers. He used to be an atheist. Who else? Well, Hamza from Hamza's Den. He used to be an atheist. Um, there was somebody else, and I'm talking about people that that you can look up, like you can look up their channel and things like that. But I forget. There's like a third brother, and I don't remember now his name. Anyway, but thank you very much, brother, for the super chat. All right. Wait a second. This thing did not fuel my car. What? I've been sitting here waiting for this thing to fuel, and what in the world? This thing didn't pump any gas. Hold on one second, bro. The whole time the thing wasn't pumping fuel. Okay, now I heard a click. Okay. Now we're in business. What do you mean oil fuel is dry? What do you mean? Start recording video. All right, let's see what we got. We got a full tank. It's giving us 393 miles. Sometimes it gives me 420, sometimes 370, sometimes 393. I don't know why it does that. They fill it all the way to the top onto the thing. uh, 9201. Um, why are you saying the opposite of what Jesus said? Why are you saying the opposite of what he said? Damn, why did you park all the way out? Now I gotta kind of squeeze through there and hope that I can get through without taking the bumper off. Gee, there you go. Oh, wait. I gotta plug in the phone. Hold on a second. There we go. You like to squeeze through the comments? What do you mean squeeze through? Maybe you've never done a live stream, right? But if you've never done a live stream, you're not gonna interact with every single comment. Yeah, especially address things over and over that you've done over a million times before. Yeah. What are we talking about here? A little bit of everything. Let me see. Who built the Kaaba? Prophet Abraham. Thank you to those of you who have hit the like button. Please hit the like button if you'd be so kind. If you haven't. Okay, we got the watch. We got a little bit of charge here. Hi, what's up? What's the day looking like? Sunday, 9:20 in the morning. Let's see how the business is doing. Why are you so cold? It's cold here this morning in Florida, Stan. I think it was 59 degrees. That's pretty cold for Florida. which also means that people are probably going to be staying indoors. Oh, let me see what we got. Uh, nah, let's let somebody else take that one. But we do got a tank full of gas to roll. What's this? Okay, let's start. Let's start off with this one. Oh my goodness, there's no way I'm starting the day like this. Picking up this guy from a Publix. Well, the good thing is that it's the name of a dude. Now, what do I mean by that? Dudes don't tend to have a buggy full of stuff when you pull up to a Publix. Usually. When it's the name of a lady, I don't like to pick them up from Publix because they come with 3 buggies full of stuff. However, it also could be that the wife is using the husband's account and it still might be a lady with a buggy full of stuff using her husband's account. Or it could be usually when I pick up a guy from a grocery store, he has like two bags in his hand, 3 bags in his hand. Like he doesn't even need the trunk. But we're about to find out. We're about to find out. But this is a short little trip. It's just a few minutes away. So what I do have to do while I have somebody in the car, for those of you who are new, when I have someone in the car, for privacy reasons, I have to mute. Mute. Verse from the New Testament tells you to be slaves. Slaves, obey your earthly masters. Masters, be kind to your slaves. I remember asking that to a pastor back in the day. He said, son, the irony. He said, son, well, you're not my dad. Why are you calling me son? Oh, figure of speech. Oh, yeah. Just like in confession, the Catholics say, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned to the priest. Why are you calling him father? That's not your dad. Oh, it's figure of speech. Oh, got it. So that pastor said, son, some things are beyond our understanding. Sure, of course. But other things like why is slavery okay with, why is the Bible, the New Testament okay with slavery? That's not beyond our understanding. That's a very logical answer as to why in this book slavery is okay. If Jesus was God, who did he pray to? Son, some things are beyond our understanding. Yo, I'm gonna start using that with my wife. Why are you late, baby? Some things are just beyond our understanding. Why did you forget to bring the brown sugar that I asked you for, baby? Some things are just beyond our understanding. When you're asked a logical question and somebody gives you the answer, that's just a cop out. That's just another way of saying, I don't know the answer, but I don't want to admit I don't know the answer. And if I go with the logical response, then my belief crumbles. right? Because the logical response goes against my belief. So, in the example where I asked the pastor, if Jesus was God, who did he pray to? The answer is he prayed to God. But then we get into, I thought he was God. Well, he is God. But now we have the Trinity, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. He was praying to the Father. He's praying to the Father, but the Father is God, right? Yes. And he is God also, right? Jesus. Yes. So God is praying to God? No, no, no. He's praying to the Father. But you're saying they're the same God. Yes. So God is in prayer. It still leaves me with, to who? To the Father. The Father, that answer is a cop out. That's not explaining anything, right? So when you get into this discussion with Christians and they say he was praying to the Father, but wait, he is God in the flesh at that moment of prayer, at all times, right? Yes. So he's praying to the Father. Yes, the Father is God. Yes. How many gods do you have? One. So it's that one God praying in the flesh to another person that is the same God. See, this is not logical. It's not rational. It's not possible. But they still go with it. This is called blind faith. Right? Despite the fact that it doesn't add up, doesn't hold water, you still believe in it. What can you do? All right, let's pick up this guy, and I just have to mute. Okay. So, nice guy. Quick little trip. Like I said, he had 3 bags in his hand and a container of water. Poor guy, man. His breath stinks so bad. And he wasn't even talking, just breathing. I can smell his breath. It's like an acidic, it's like a strong acidic smell. I have, I don't know what that is, bro. But I've come across a few people with that. It's like a strong acidic smell. Even when they're not talking, you can still smell it. Okay, let's go ahead and put the windows down a little bit because that smell's just lingering in here. Put the windows up. Thank you to those of you who have hit the like button. Please, if you would like to subscribe, I'm gonna be streaming more often. Damn, bro. I just saw a duck fly over my car. I know ducks fly, but I don't see them fly often. I wonder under what circumstances do they choose to fly? I wonder if it's just like, oh, I'm just trying to get there faster, so I'm gonna fly. I'm deciding to take off now and fly there because it's faster, or if there's a specific reason why ducks fly, when they choose to fly. All right, we got another person to pick up. They fly for weather. For weather. What do you mean? Can you elaborate on that a little bit, please? We're about to pick up another person now. This trip is also short. A little bit longer than this one by a few minutes, not that much. Fly to escape harsh weather. Got it. I mean, I used to see them in Miami sometimes, and they would fly. But they're not flying from like they're just flying from like one side of the community to the other side of the community. There's some areas in Miami where they have a lot of peacocks too. You see all these peacocks walking around, and then they get on the roof of people's houses. I went over there. I was over there last month, and it was a pack of just females. It was like 5 or 6 female peacocks. You can tell it's the females because they don't have the fan in the back. Their tail is very, very tiny. You know, the colorful fan is for the males. I've also witnessed a male trying to attract a female. It's funny to watch. Or they open the fan. lady. Road's pretty empty. I like it this way. You know what? I've gotten used to when I'm driving. I've gotten used to wearing my AirPods, which I'm about to put them on. And they have noise cancellation. And I like it because this car, it's a little noisy, meaning a lot of the outside noise uh, comes into the car. Some cars are quieter. I don't know if it has to do with like the cabin or whatever, um, but I've gotten used to wearing these AirPods second generation. They're really good with the noise cancellation. But I have noticed that at least with these, they have lost a little bit of strength when it comes to the noise cancellation. I remember them being stronger before. Like I couldn't hear nothing before. Now they're less. It's not as noise cancellation is not as powerful. It's still good, but not. I noticed the difference. Now I do remember once that my headphones fell inside a bucket of water that my wife had at the house. They just they fell in there, and I quickly stuck my hand in there, and you know, I took them out, and I took them really quick to the bathroom, and I grabbed the hair dryer and I dried them off. I thought as I'm drying this thing off, I'm like, oh, these things are done. No, I still have them. Almost a year later, I still have them. But I don't know if it was that event that caused the noise cancellation to not be as strong anymore. I don't know if it was that or I don't know. But when I first got these, man, that noise cancellation was so nice. I still enjoy it, but not as strong as it was before. And when I was on the highway, I couldn't hear anything. It was just like everything was so smooth. Sometimes, since I've gotten used to wearing them all the time, sometimes I go into the house most of the time actually, and my wife starts talking, and I can barely hear her. So I'm like, huh? And she's like, you still have those things on? The other day, she told me, buying you those things because she got these for me is the worst thing I've done. She's like, it's the worst decision I've made because a lot of the times she tries to talk, I can't hear her. Because I'm always listening to like a podcast or interview or something, trying to learn something. And I always have the noise cancellation on. I can also take it off like that or put it back on like that. All right, let's pick up this girl here, and yeah, I'm gonna have to mute. It's gonna be like a 10-minute trip. I'm gonna have to mute and throw a background. And also the reason why I mute a lot of the times is because sometimes people in the back, they'll They'll be watching their YouTube or their TikTok or whatever, and they have the volume all the way up, and then the volume from their device starts getting in the live stream here, and then I've gotten a copyright before for that reason, just because I've even gotten well, not a official copyright strike, but a warning. Just by going into Wawa and the music is playing in the background on the speakers, and that's it. Uber's like, apparently they think I'm trying to use the music to, like, benefit from it. I don't know, whatever the, it violates their rules. So now I'm. Were you planning on running the stop sign, lady? That was really close. I don't have a stop. Somebody hit me once like that. I have no stop sign. They have a stop sign and they just run it over. Somebody hit me once back in Miami. All right, let me mute and I'll be back after we drop off this girl. All right, we dropped off that lady, and we got somebody else already to pick up. I don't know why my phone is not charging properly. It's supposed to, but I think it's just the cable. I noticed some cables are not. Hi, what's up? Some cables are not as good when it comes to the charging. Welcome to the live stream. Please hit that like button if you be so kind and subscribe. And let me know what's going on with you today. We're picking up Neve, Neve, Nevaeh. Neve. I don't know. When I see a complicated name, I just say good afternoon. If they ask me for so and so, I said yeah. But if I'm not gonna try to butcher their name or anything. I just, or they can ask me mine and I'll tell them. I mean, they already have the information on their phone anyway. Everything on their phone, everything they need. All the wars are bad. All the wars that have no reason for them are all bad. Peace is best. Sharia existence. Alhamdulillah. Sharia law is the law of God. That's what Sharia law is. What do I think on the law of God? What do you think on the law of God? We don't waste our time. We're not gonna waste our time with those type of arguments. All right, let's go ahead and pick up this person. Yeah, that's a good question. 3169. You know, you can't talk about China without bringing politics in. China's communist, so they're communists, and communists do whatever the heck they want. This is why they're trying to implement the social credit score. They have your faces. on the cameras with all your information. If you jaywalk, your social credit score goes down, becoming difficult for you to find rent, find employment. Basically, you have to be a robot. This is the system that the Chinese want. All right, let's pick up this person. I'll be back. She's running. She forgot something at the house, so she's going in there at a million miles per hour. All I heard her say is, "Oh, S word, SHIT." I said, "You forgot something?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Don't worry, we're close enough. We just left." All right, just dropped off that lady. Dropped her off at her church. And, well, it's a lot of, look at this. Let me show you something. If you're stressed out today, take a look at this if you're stressed out. You know what this is, right? It's a cemetery. If you're stressing over your bills and all this, just keep in mind that we're all going to end up here at the cemetery. This is where we're all ending up at. Keep that in mind. I just passed another big one over there on the way here. Oh no, we're not gonna go there now. But we all return to Allah. Please with us. Ameen, ameen. Let's go ahead and let's pick up Miss Felicia. What's your favorite surah? The one that I know the most? Al-Fatiha. My favorite ayah is the one that says, even if we send angels down to them and we cause the dead to speak to them and we present everything in front of them, they still won't believe. Because they're ignorant, unless Allah willed it, because they're ignorant. We're gonna pick up somebody now right away. And this one that I'm picking up, thank you for those of you who have hit the like button on the live stream. That helps. I appreciate it. We're gonna pick up this lady here now, and this trip is gonna be about the same time in completing as the one I just did. Inshallah.